Ready to go, gentlemen?
Oh, sure.
Gentlemen. All right.
Good to go. Am I good? Oh, wait, you have all the settings. Good.
Well, here, let's check them. Nick.
Penis.
Eric.
Balls.
Ben.
Scrotum.
Dude, it's the taint.
Gucci.
The gooch. All right, yeah,
I
everybody's
didn't
good.
know we were going in like a progression. I was just going with genital words.
The scrotum. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fifth Line Podcast. Happy Thanksgiving. We hope you had a fun, safe, family-filled Thanksgiving, and turkey-filled as well. So you guys may have seen, or you may not have seen, if you follow the Fifth Line Podcast on Instagram. If you don't, look down in the description, and please go follow us. We post some good shit over there. But we had a little guessing game going on, and that's why I asked all you gentlemen for your favorite dishes and desserts. Before you listen to the rest of this little spot, I would pause it. If you want to go guess, we did a little guessing game. Pause it, go over to Instagram, check it out. Unless you're driving, don't do that. That's unsafe. Go do that, put your guesses in or think of them, and then come back and listen because we're about to reveal the correct answers. You guys ready?
So now that you've had time.
Oh, yeah.
Now that you've had time. So they were numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4. Number 1 was Rick with the potatoes and the apple pie, which was a good choice. Number 2 was Nick with the stuffing, and he also said potatoes as well, but I was just limiting it to 1. With the stuffing and the pumpkin pie, which I've never had and looks gross to me.
Fuck you.
Not the most appealing color. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, it looks
just
like
looking at the
baby shit.
crust
Dude,
of
it's
that.
tasty as fuck. And
baby
you
shit
cannot
pie.
blow me.
I'm with you, Nick. I'm with you.
All right.
That does not sound tasty. Number 3 was me with stuffing and apple pie. And then number 4 was Ben. And I have a small little thing to discuss with you.
Okay.
Benny was mac and cheese, and then he's not a big dessert guy, but peanut butter pie was what he told me to put in.
That's the thing we always have for like at our families.
Now, this is my
really
thing.
like any of the other pies.
Now,
like
this
the
is my
usual
thing.
Pies. Yes.
And I'm not crapping on your mac and cheese, but I am going to crap on your mac and cheese a little bit.
Why is that?
Because
that is a widely eaten side dish
but
on
At
Thanksgiving.
Christmas.
But it's mac and cheese, like Thanksgiving food. You think turkey, you think stuffing, you think things that you only eat at like mac and cheese. People eat mac and cheese every goddamn day.
Coming in with my hot take of the show though
I had mac
is
and cheese
all
today.
Thanksgiving food is shit. There's not one bit of Thanksgiving that I actually like a lot. Like I like turkey, but mostly for the sandwich meat after the fact. And everything else can kind of like mashed potatoes are okay.
Ben, you just lost all credibility of every type.
Thanksgiving food's not that good. That's why I've never I don't understand the appeal of Thanksgiving.
I'm pretty sure you're the only one that thinks that.
I know plenty of people who think that.
You know what? I'm gonna offer my 2 cents here. So I think that it can be overrated at times. I think it's delicious, but I think turkey
kind of sucks.
It's pretty good.
What
it's,
the fuck?
Let's be honest. Let's be honest here.
Yeah,
turkey is inferior to chicken, and turkey can be overcooked
a much better option
very easily and tastes like shit.
Because it's way easier to keep chicken moist than it is turkey. Because you have to like cook turkey, you almost have to make it dry as fuck, and it's hard to not. You can do it, but it's really difficult.
You can't cook. You have to cook breast meat to
a certain temperature.
Cook to like 165 and take it out,
and that almost guarantees it being dry.
Yeah, but the dark meat takes longer to get there, so your breast meat and everything on top tends to be overcooked by the time you pull it out. So it's like gross.
Yeah.
So
Mike-
here's the thing, though, right? Like
Mike
the
disagrees.
sides are where it comes in for me. Here's the thing, like
My glasses
here's the
on
thing,
still.
turkey with gravy. Like there is no other time in the year that I have gravy with anything. So when Thanksgiving comes and you have seriously, you have like I've had mashed potatoes throughout the year, right?
You
But
don't
when
have
them
poutine
with
in your life,
gravy-
Eric. Come on now.
But when you have them with gravy and you have them like with stuffing and the sides, mac and cheese, all the pies for dessert, like that's what I love about Thanksgiving. That's I
This
love
is
it a lot.
unbelievable.
Well, see, I also
I wanna be
straight up
truthful.
just don't like stuffing.
Thank you all for your
Like,
truthfulness.
Stuffing's not that good.
Thank you all for your
All right,
truthfulness.
now Ben lost
Ben,
credibility.
dude,
now Ben
I'm
lost
telling you,
credibility
but
for me.
nobody's ever gonna listen to Ben again on anything.
That's fine.
Ben, I don't
I will-
disagree with you about the turkey item being kind of shitty, but like the rest of it,
I like
you're
turkey.
wrong.
I like
You're
it all
wrong.
But
mixed
then the rest,
together.
it's like there's like
wrong.
different casseroles or whatever, like side vegetables that you have any other time. Like it's just everybody's like, yeah, all these sides. I'm like, all right, but they're all just like super mediocre sides paired with turkey.
Listen, I'll
Dude,
tell you
your
this.
opinions blow
Aaron,
balls,
My
Ben.
sister, Erin, made a sweet potato souffle that's fucking slaps. I don't know if you guys ever had that with your Thanksgiving meals.
What is
That
it? Yeah, what
shit,
is
No.
it?
It's hard.
I don't like sweet potatoes.
It's sweet potato.
Wait, Nick, break it.
mixed
Yeah,
with-
break it down.
Okay, so it's basically like you take your sweet potatoes, right? And you got to cook them down, mash them, and then you put like sugar and egg into the
Okay.
sweet potatoes, and then you let it cook, and then you put like a brown sugar, butter like top on it. Oh,
That
Interesting.
sounds delicious.
That's interesting.
That sounds delicious.
Maybe
If
for
you-
a sweet
it
potato.
tastes very similar to pumpkin. So if you don't like pumpkin, which you fucks don't, so you wouldn't
I
like
like
it.
I like pumpkin.
No,
I
because
like
it's not a
pumpkin. I like
it's not what a
pumpkin pie.
pumpkin tastes like. Is it? It's not. They don't take like an actual pumpkin. It's just like it's this
I think there is some amount of actual pumpkin in it, but it's not very much.
it's this flavor
you
that
make
they've
it
created,
homemade-
and then they're like, yeah, this is pumpkin.
My mom
Like,
made
whoa,
homemade
what?
pumpkin pies before, and those taste very good too.
I take a shit on a plate
just
and give
have
it
to-
to you
yeah.
and say, this is
It's all
pumpkin. Is it
just putting
pumpkin?
sugar and shit in it.
Yeah, you put enough sugar in anything, it'll be good.
That's true.
But
All right. Well, we're gonna move on. Disrespectful.
I want to mute you right now, Michael.
Me? You don't have the power,
Oh yeah.
do you? I don't think you do. I think I started it. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that can server mute. Let's see if
Yeah.
Ben's gonna try and figure it out. But anyway, here's the funny thing for everybody watching. They can mute me all they want, but then they're the only ones that can't hear me. You will always hear me.
point.
All right, so Eric did not play goaltender this week, but he does have a story for us. So
No, I
how
do
did
have a
your
story.
roller
So,
go?
all right. So obviously, Carolina's here for Thanksgiving. And we were gonna go to an Islanders game. My friend Rena has season tickets, and I was so obviously I really want to go to UBS, right? You would think, oh my god, Eric, no brainer, like go. But
Mhm.
the Islanders kind of have an AHL team on the ice right now.
Yeah, you gotta
with all
wait.
the COVID stuff that I'll get to. So but I was like, you know what? Thank you, but gonna go another time. But I thought I was like, you know what? I'm gonna ask if my parents want to go, and so I did, and my parents took the tickets, and they got to go to UBS Arena, and it was super cool because even
Nice.
though I wasn't there, they sent pictures and stuff. It was funny seeing my dad in his Mike Bossy jersey
the
in
classic.
UBS Arena. Yep. And they had a really good time. I know. So the Penguins beat the Islanders 1-0. That was the game they saw.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's not a
So
1-0
1-0 game.
Oh, that's
Oh.
rough.
But they did get, again, they got to be in the new arena. They got to check out the Islanders merch store. They got to like just walk around and check out all the bars and the food and everything. And they said it was
Yeah.
really beautiful. Like compared to the Coliseum, I never went to the new Coliseum, but I was in the old Coliseum. So like that's my comparison of like home. Like I don't consider Barclays like a home arena. Like it was just a stint.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to go after hearing about the time they had there, and obviously other than the outcome of the game. But
yeah. It is.
yeah, so that was pretty cool.
It is nice that they finally have like a home arena.
Yes.
Dude, this is what we should do when we come down. Assuming that it's still a thing, when we come down to celebrate you graduating, we should
Mhm.
go
Oh, that will be fun.
we should go to the arena because usually you can get in there and
Yes.
get into the store. Because I'd like to
Mhm.
go check that out.
Oh yeah. I'm just gonna let you guys know right now, though, the prices in the store
Oh, I'm
are
sure.
absolutely
I'm
ridiculous.
sure.
All right. I'm just gonna say this right now. There's, like those like varsity style jackets, like like they got the color,
like
and
a
then they
letter
got the
jacket.
different
Yeah.
sleeves.
Like a
Yeah, like
Letterman
a letter
jacket.
jacket.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, they have like custom ones in the store. $1,800. Like it's a jacket, guys. 1,800, not 180.
What do they customize
1,800.
it with? Gold?
I
Yeah.
don't know. You
Do
know,
they diamond
customize it with
stud your name on it?
Nassau County taxpayer money. That's what they use.
God
No,
damn.
but like, oh my god. So it's interesting, right? Because the Islanders are in that territory where they're like a better team over the past few years now. They get that new arena, but now it's like the beauty of the Coliseum was, even though it was kind of dumpy, it was loud and it was kind of expensive, but it was like, like you still have a good time. There's some things that are reasonable, and now it's like
Everything's
welcome to the
pricey.
big leagues. Essentially, everything's pricey, but food is okay. That's what my parents are saying. Food is pretty much what you'd expect.
Same as normal. Okay.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
yeah, but we definitely should check it out. I'm excited. I'm excited.
I gotta get a hat, dude. I want to do this thing where I visit every NHL arena and buy a hat. And I got this in a vintage store that Benny showed me in Plattsburgh. I got this.
Oh, you got a cool Flyers hat.
Yeah, it's like a classic Flyers hat. And now, no offense, Flyers fans, but I don't have to go to your fucking city because I don't want to.
Oh man!
What did Philadelphia ever do to you?
No, actually, you know what? I would go to the city because they have a lot of cool historical stuff there. But
yeah.
But fuck the Flyers. Okay, well, let's just roll into the Islanders. How obviously not great, but
the Islanders. All right, so we're gonna start with the fact that they have a new arena and they are 0-4 at that arena.
That's upsetting.
They
not great.
lost 5-2 to the Flames, who, to be fair, are
Flames
red
are
hot. Pun intended. They lost 3-0 to the Maple Leafs, which is just depressing. Honestly,
Leafs
I have
are good.
no other words for that. The Leafs are good, but their goalie was Joseph Woll or
Oh,
Wall.
Yeah.
that's right.
Again,
That's right.
probably good goalie, but that's
You got to
the
put
game
some.
where
You got to put some goals
yeah.
behind him.
Yeah. Then they lost to the Rangers 4-1, which I expected, to be honest. The Rangers are really hot right now. They're one of the hottest teams.
You playing
league.
all the hot teams, it sounds like.
Yep. And then they lost 1-0 to the Penguins. My parents were at that game. That was the one game they looked like they were in it the entire game. But again, Tristan Jarry, they gave him a shutout. Don't give Tristan Jarry a shutout. You demolished him in the playoffs last year. Honk him with that. Like, just
I think Tristan Jarry demolished Tristan Jarry in the playoffs.
That's also fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Are any of the players that even played him in the friggin' playoffs playing?
So that's the thing. So Islanders news. All right. So at that point, they still had 7 players out with COVID, and Brock Nelson, who's leading the team in goals, has a foot injury, so he's out 2 to 4 weeks.
Brock Nelson is leading the team in goals.
Not good, right?
That always happens.
Nelson
That happened last year too, didn't it?
In October. That's why they call it Brocktober.
Okay. Brocktober.
He always starts off.
Actually.
He always starts off strong. And then usually he doesn't like fade out, but then he just kind of slows down the pace.
Yeah, it corrects.
Yeah, and if I'm thinking of like not even game breaker, I shouldn't use that. Like NHL roster players, Barzal is still playing, Beauvillier is still playing, Palmieri's still playing, Pajot's still playing. Have any of those players stepped up? Nope. Not at all. The Islanders, I think they've dropped 8 games in regulation in a row.
Ooh.
And they are currently, I think right now, 10 or 12 points out of a playoff spot in the Metro.
Yeah, I got the standings,
which is already a tight division. Yeah. So the Islanders, I think they were expected. I'm not super into analytics, but I saw this tweet. I forget who it was from. They were expected to score over these 8 games 26 goals. They scored 15. Sorry, over the past 10 games. They've dropped the last 8, but over the past 10 games, they've scored 15 goals, and they were expected to score 26. Terrible. Just absolutely terrible. They cannot score. Right now.
That's bad.
And no one is stepping up. And I think what frustrates me is I am like, I want to be angry, like, oh, like, why aren't these other guys stepping up? But at the same time, like, COVID is ravaging the team, and when you're in a slump, right? When you have a 13-game road trip to open the season, you finally come home and you just want to, all right, let's forget that road trip, right? It's in the past. Let's clean slate, right?
Yeah.
You want to do that with your full roster. And by the time they got home to play games, that was when the roster was just pretty much demolished, because Josh Bailey was the first player to get to test positive against Florida. And
Was
then
that the last game?
To quarantine. That was the last game of that road trip. Yeah. And then after that, it just things went downhill. So the Islanders, it seems like nothing can go right. I'm going to be honest with you. Barry Trotz is the coach, and I know the team is capable of more than they're doing right now. So it can only go up from here is how I want to look at it and how I'm going to look at it right now. But I'm also going to be realistic and say they have a huge hole to climb out of. So I hope all the players are okay. I hope they can come back. And they do have a lot of home games, obviously, left in their schedule because they started off on that road trip. So I hope they can turn it around at home. That's going to be it. The home crowd and the home games. That's what's going to make or break their season this year.
They're going to need to, because they are second to last in the conference.
In the
How many
conference.
points do they have?
12. They're 2 points behind the Habs. So
behind the Habs. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But
oh no, Eric.
But we're looking at Jesus, 6 the Habs or the Isles have 6 games in hand on the Canadiens.
Oh wow.
So
yeah. So
that's another thing. They haven't played as many games.
They're behind them, but if you do the points percentage adjustment, they're not behind them.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I was like, that's not good if they're behind the hat. That's real bad.
Yeah.
And I just want to say one more thing. Obviously, was it yesterday? 2 days ago? Yesterday, the NHL finally postponed the Islanders schedule.
Yep.
Finally,
I saw that.
So they're not playing through at least November 30th.
Yeah,
and
I think
could change. That's a day-to-day thing.
Yeah,
that could change.
I think they're looking at whatever Thursday's game is.
I'm wondering how many more of these kind of situations have to happen before Olympics get canceled.
Yeah.
I don't think we're there yet, but
we'll see.
Don't be pessimistic. It's not going to happen, Ben.
And speaking of that, just going off that, my final thoughts, that again, like I said, I want to be optimistic. It can only go up from here. I just hope everyone could come back, get healthy, and just start playing some hockey again and not dropping games. I'd love to see some winning streaks and some goal scoring. That'd be really nice. So that is where I'm at with the Isles. That's all I have to report, guys.
All right, then. I'm going to go next because I don't have much in the way of news, and there's some decent-sized news coming out of the Canadian fans over here, Canadian team fans.
There's some Sens stuff too. That's true.
There's a little bit of Sens stuff. I mean, I do have news. So the Lightning are now without, as of today's game against Minnesota, they are now without Cooch, Point, Chernak, and Matthew Joseph got injured today in the game.
Oh, jeez.
So they got some injuries. They're not quite Islanders level, but they are almost the most important people on the team. But they're doing okay despite all that. So Point is out indefinitely, so there's really no timetable. Kucherov, I still don't really know. I think it's the new year, maybe he might be back. So still a month out. Chernak, no idea. Joseph just got hurt, no idea. So but they're still doing it. Luckily, I think Tampa's one of Tampa's strongest features, I guess. It's not the word I'm looking for, but one of their strongest aspects, is their player development. And I don't think
no kidding.
Nobody really ever mentions it, but they're
pretty close to Pittsburgh in that regard of just being able to get the fucking NHL generate a player names, get into their lineup every fucking night if they need it with an injury, and it works out usually.
They've got, I think I looked, and almost it was, I want to say it was 15 or 10 to 15 of the players that were playing in the Stanley Cup final game were drafted or signed. They started their career in Tampa, with the organization.
That's really good.
Yeah. Point started there,
really
Cirelli, Killorn, Cooch, Vasi, Hedman, Stamkos. It's just so many that They did their development, came up, and we're good. And now we've got a couple more. Kachuk, Radish, and Ross Colton is the kid line. They're all like 23, 24, I think. Looking pretty good. Yeah.
Look at that.
Corey Perry got another goal.
Oh boy, I miss him. I miss Corey.
That's pretty much it. Two shutouts in a row for Vasi, and then they lost today, but
That's still pretty good.
doing good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, who wants to go next?
I think Nick should go next.
I think I'll
because-
go quicker.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, yes.
All right. So let me
No.
preface this. The Senators are 1-9 in the last 10,
Oh shit.
Oh.
Not great.
and they won it against the Penguins, and that was right before they went on their COVID break.
Oh, so that wins a while ago.
Oh, Corona.
So that's probably 2 weeks ago. They played all this week. Lost all 4 games. And they got shut out one night. I had it up. Hold on. Oh, my computer is going slow. Okay, so they got shut out by the Flames first game back after the vid. They got stomped. Well, not stomped, but they gave up 7 against the Avalanche the following night. That's good.
That game was wild. That was back and forth for a little.
Yep. And then they lost to the Sharks 6-3. They lost to the Ducks 4-0. They lost to the Kings yesterday 4-2. And I don't know what of these games were Matt Murray's last. I believe it was the one against the Sharks. Well, he gave up 6.
That's the big
Did
news.
he give
How
up
do you
6
feel
or
about
did he
that?
get pulled?
He gave up 6, I think. Hold on.
Oh dang.
That's pretty bad.
Looking one more time. Because no, he gave up 4.
Okay. And then now what's
He
happening?
must have had 2 empty nets then, because there was no other goalie in.
Probably.
Anyway,
The Sharks?
yeah, no, it was 6-3.
How would the Sharks be getting
But-
empty nets?
The final score was 6-3.
Could have been 4-3 Sharks.
Okay.
I think it was 4-3
Ottawa
Sharks,
pulls
and
their
then
goalie.
they pulled the goalie, gave up 1,
I see.
pulled the goalie again, which is stupid. You're down 2 now.
Did you watch?
What do you think?
Well, we'll get there.
But anyway, I digress.
I wasn't going
Um,
to talk about that, Ben.
Big news out of Ottawa was that they waived their $7 million goalie for what was it? $6 million
I
goalie?
think he's 6x6 or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, so they
Was the
waived a
deal.
$6 million goalie, one of the highest paid guys on their roster.
Yeah, I mean,
You know where he's
It's a
going?
move.
he's garbage.
If he doesn't
He's
get picked up,
garbage.
he's going down to the AHL. So then you got a $6 million
$6
AHL goalie.
$1 million goalie playing in the AHL.
Yeah, that's rough.
That's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
so that'll be fun.
I think
That's rough.
I
I
think
don't suspect he'll get picked up by anybody
I could see. This is who I could see.
other than like Arizona, maybe.
I don't know if Arizona's got that kind of cap space, but you know who does and who has their top goalie injured? Buffalo.
Who? Oh yeah,
Their top goalie
wait.
being Craig Anderson.
Craig Anderson went down.
I don't know if Murray would be the best option. Right now, they're running like Dustin Tokarski and Aaron Dell, I think.
Yeah,
Who's
Tokarski
garbage.
beat the Habs the other night. It was quite a
Ooh.
night.
Aaron Dell's been really
Revenge
bad
tour.
all season long. So yeah, that's not a bad spot. I mean, you could also, well, I was thinking like Edmonton, but they have Koskinen, who's not playing too bad.
I don't think they
Is
they have.
Koskinen actually doing things now?
Yeah, he's actually doing all right.
Mhm.
But it's like it's the team.
His last season was.
But I also don't know if
Ugh.
they have the cap space to make a $6 million like third
Yeah,
stringer
probably not.
work.
So I don't know if you guys watched I think I sent you guys the thing on Twitter or Instagram or something. It was an interview with their coach. Fucking what's his name?
DJ Smith.
DJ Smith, yep. He was talking about how they're like, oh, we would just want him to get back on his game, and he's been injured, and he's been off his game, and this and that. And I'm like, you're gonna waive him just to say? I mean, can't you just send him down and not waive him? Like they clearly don't want him.
There's
if
a
they're gonna-
rule.
There's some.
There's a rule
There
with
are
that.
some specific. Yeah, it's like specifically if he's actually like just coming back from a long-term injury, you can do like a conditioning loan where like they go down for a couple games and it comes up and then you don't have to be waiver exposed. But like he was just playing a game, so like they can't be like, yes, injured, needs rehab games. Like he was just in a game, so they would have to waive him for it to go down. And that does, like, goaltending is the one position where it's just fucking like goalies can have crazy dips and peaks and valleys in their career. And like Darcy Kemper is known as like one of the better goalies in the league right now on Colorado, or at least he was last year. I think with Arizona, he was pretty good. Mm-hmm. But like for a while there, it looked like he might end up out of the league when he was still, I think, a backup with Minnesota. He was struggling. I want to say he was in Minnesota. So like it's a thing where it could really go anywhere. So I mean, if he's not giving you results at the NHL level, then yeah, why not send him down, see what you can do? But it also might have just been they just didn't want him on the roster. I don't know.
Yeah, so now they got two young guys, I guess, playing for a spot, and who knows what's going to happen with him. Honestly, like, you know, I think we were all very skeptical about them signing him back a couple years ago.
I mean, I wondered.
Last year, did they sign him last year?
It was the shortened season.
It was before last season. Yeah,
it was the shortened. It was right before the shortened.
That
season.
last year was his first year with them because I watched him give the Habs a play-in round win and then get signed by Ottawa, and I was like,
yikes.
Okay, I mean, hey, I don't know if I would have done that, but you do you. And then now here we are.
Well, now if somebody else picks him up, then it's like, you know, it's sort of a win-win. Like you don't. Except that you don't get anything for him, but like no one's gonna give you anything for Matt Murray at this point.
For Matt Murray for $6 million.
At this point, if somebody takes him, it's like cool, $6 million to work with.
Yeah.
So
for no goalies out there to.
Yeah, that's true. You'd have to try. You'd have to try and work some trades.
On a different note, did you guys see the link I sent you, or not the link, the video I sent you on Instagram? Right, probably like 6:30 ish.
Was it the Brady Tkachuk?
Of Brady Tkachuk getting bit.
Yeah, that's bullshit, rough. Dude. What is that? Rough. What are you doing,
guys? You know how sad I am about that. I like the Kings, and now the Kings have a player that bites people. I don't like that.
Seriously, it's like Brad Marchand, but like the next step of Brad Marchand.
Yeah, like, dude, I'd rather have tongue than teeth. Don't take that out of context.
Nice.
We are clipping that audio.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm slowing it down too, so it's like deep. I'd rather have tongue than teeth.
Okay. Anyway,
so that's pretty much it. Senators sucking a big old donkey dick
with tongue or teeth.
What?
Said with tongue or teeth.
Both.
Oh no!
Wow.
Oh, no.
Nick worked his way out of that one somehow.
All right, Benny. Bring us in. A big change is coming to Montreal.
There we go. This will help me with it.
Cracking a beer. I thought it was a good thing. You're over there talking about how happy you are.
It is, but like I'm nervous because I don't know what's coming next.
But you're the coach.
Something.
Hey, Ben, I'm just going to tell you this right now. You don't know what's coming next, but what you have known is for the past month, the Canadiens are off to the worst start in franchise history. So I'm
impressive.
I'm excited.
Bring back Claude Julien.
That's a long time franchise. That is an impressive feat.
Yeah, like it can only go up, quite literally.
Yeah. So yeah, the news, Marc Bergevin got fired, as well as the other significant one was Trevor Timmins, who has been like the Habs draft guy.
Timmy!
Forever and ever, amen. Like he's been there for so goddamn long. So it was probably time for him as well.
They've had some good drafts. Sergachev, Suzuki. Oh wait, no, that was a trade. That was a trade. Caulfield.
Caulfield was just lucky that people let him slide to there. It was, but back to Bergevin anyway. I'm happy it happened. I mean, I'm not happy a man got fired, but whatever. I'm happy they needed a new direction, and I think that was just clear for a really long time. Just because we've seen him for 10 years now, we see how he builds a team. It is get some pretty good goalies, and then maybe we'll throw some forwards around it, and then a couple good trusty stay-at-home D, and then that'll surely do it. And it almost did this year. I'll give them that. It almost did this year, kind of barely, almost. But it's not a sustainable way to run a hockey team. And also, like, there had just been so much over the last like 4 to 5 years of just acceptance of just mediocrity, which is so strange for a team like Montreal. Which, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's actually been since about 2000, because the early 2000s were rough. And then the early 2010s were like a little bit of an upswing. And then it's just been rough since then until fucking last spring's like miracle run. I don't hate them bringing in Jeff Gorton. I'm gonna read off the press release they put out, because it's kind of
Gordon.
Yeah.
not
yeah.
the racer, not the racer. Jeff Gorton with a T, the guy that got fired from the Rangers after Tom Wilson broke.
They're
Dylan's
making
brain.
another left turn.
So in the press release, it said, after like all the parts where it said all these guys are fired, it said a process to recruit as soon as possible. The team's next general manager is underway. While the next general manager will bring significant hockey expertise to the organization, an additional criterion for the person's role will be to communicate with fans in both French and English, which we'll come back to. And then to ensure Gorton, who will serve as executive vice president of hockey operations. So it's still not really clear, because Molson's doing a press conference tomorrow morning. They just dropped like a press release on the firings today, but there's like gonna do more tomorrow. But from what I read from that is, I don't like Jeff Gorton's coming in as a VP position. Doesn't even sound like it'll necessarily be forever. It kind of sounds like it's just kind of, he's sort of going to be the transitionary guy. At least that's what I got, because the position he took was technically half of Marc Bergevin's job. Marc Bergevin had 2 titles. He was GM and vice president of whatever the fuck that position was I read off. That's what Jeff Gorton took. So it's sounding kind of like he's just sort of being a ringer for them as like they kind of get everything sorted out. I'm interested to see what's going to be said tomorrow morning in terms of just expanding on what's going to be happening. The whole French thing, I don't love, because it limits who you can hire. It's the same problem they have with their coaches. It limits who you can hire from, and if you can hire the best candidate or not. But I also do understand it to a degree, because I am among the minority of Habs fans. Most Habs fans speak French, or French and English, but always French, and that's usually the primary language. There is a big part of it. I can understand it to a degree, but I also do still think they're limiting themselves. But yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic. I want to hear more tomorrow from Molson to see what kind of is up and what direction they might be going in terms of how they're going to be looking for guys and stuff. I don't hate Jeff Gorton, though. He was doing good things in New York before Tom Wilson just broke the owner's brain in one game. And like, they were on the upswing, and they seem to be doing it the right way. So hopefully you can bring a little bit of that, what is the words? Influence? I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I need to see more.
Yes.
Basically.
You say the Rangers were on the upswing. I would say that they are on the upswing.
Yes.
13-4-3.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like, we're at the point at which he got fired. Like,
no, he definitely was instrumental.
He had been doing the stuff to get him there. But yeah, I'm excited. Kind of. I don't know. I got to see. I like, because Jeff Molson has been such an absentee owner, which to a degree,
usually that's good.
Is good. You don't have an owner like a Melnick or like I'm trying to think of another one. There's other ones. Aquilini's, the Pagulas to a degree, where they're really in it. They're very vocal, and you get all of the, oh geez, why the fuck did you say that moments kind of thing. But also, it seemed like for the longest time he was too absentee. Like, the Habs Actually, I have the.
He was worried too
final-
much about his beer company rather than the hockey team he owns.
Yeah.
I,
Coors, baby.
the full stats for his time, Marc Bergevin's time in Montreal.
I was looking for this.
The team went 344, 265, and 81 in 10 seasons under Bergevin. So if you add the overtime losses to losses,
It's
that
almost
comes out
500.
to be 2 games shy of 500 if you add the kinds of losses together. He would have had 344 wins, 346 losses. And they won 3 division titles. That was all real early. 6 playoff appearances, and then lost in the cup final this year. But then you look at those playoff appearances. One of those playoff appearances is after winning that play-in round, after getting in as the 24th seed team. And then another is getting in the admittedly, like, it was easier to get in the Canadian division this year than it was.
It was.
It would have been in the Atlantic. So it's because over the last few years, like, there was almost last place in 17-18, almost last place in 15-16. They made a run for it in 18-19. They're 24th in the league before the COVID pause the next season. And then last year, they barely got into the playoffs. They've not been good for some time. Carey Price and Phil Deneau and Shea Weber, they did their damnedest. That merry band of gentlemen gave me a really fun run to watch last spring. But, like, I think it's very clearly has not been due to how well that this general manager has built a team. It was just kind of some guys played up to what they could, and they got on a hell of a run. I think it was the right time, and I think that's where I'm at with this. Separately, though, I want to do a fun thing. Eric and Nick, the Habs game last night, they won 6-3. What do you think the score was going into the third period?
I think it was. I'm going to guess first. I'm going to say 3-1 Pittsburgh.
Going into the third.
Going into the third,
Yes.
you think it was 3-1 Pittsburgh?
3-2.
3-2 Pittsburgh as well.
Yes.
It was 1-0 Montreal going into the third, and it ended 6-3 Montreal.
Who was playing goal?
With 3 of the Habs goals being empty netters.
Oh,
Yeah, that's where a lot of them
They
came
were up.
from.
They were up 3-1, I think. Once the last few minutes came around, Pittsburgh got one. Habs got an empty netter. Pittsburgh got one. Habs got an empty netter, and then Habs got an empty netter. And it was was a wild finish, that one.
It was quite a thing.
I was gonna say you sent us that graphic. Jake Allen made 47 saves to secure that win. My
He's
goodness,
a beautiful, beautiful man, and deserves so much better than this year's decor. It's so bad.
What's the expectation for Price to be back?
I honestly don't fucking know at this point. They've been saying soon for like 2 weeks.
Yes, I remember talking about that.
I guess soon.
Soon-ish.
Soon-ish. Let's
you know
go
who
with
has
that.
the answer to that question?
Who?
The cat behind Nick.
Cece knows?
Cece knows. She's. What is
It's like she heard you talk about her. Cece. Hey, Cece. Don't fucking ignore me. Are you kidding me?
Nah, she's got an itch.
Yeah.
She's pissed off at me right now. She didn't want to leave her friends up north.
She like it up north?
Kinda.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
She does not like my sister's cat.
What do you guys think of the departure of Mr. Biceps himself, though?
We're talking about a cat.
I think
Overdue.
Eric?
I overdue. I think the most I knew about Marc Bergevin was, again, literally that one summer where that picture leaked of him in that polo and he was just jacked out of his mind.
He's got some arms on him, man. Like, I'll give him that. He's got the biceps.
But I think, I don't know. I remember watching him hug all the players when they beat Vegas and seeing how much he genuinely did care about that team, especially a lot of the players. And that was really cool to see. But yeah, I think, again, from the business side of things and the franchise side of things, like, yeah, change it up. Like, guys,
he wasn't getting it done.
guy's done everything that he could in his power, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Move on to the next person.
Yeah, it was 10. I won't say mediocre years, but it was 10 years without a real chance until the end.
Yeah.
They had a conference final,
And then
in
that
his
one
span- in
conference
his span.
final. Yeah.
But then he promptly proceeded to deconstruct the core of that team that he had
Yeah, like
he had inherited. And I was like, yeah, okay,
That was like,
cool.
yeah, because that was like with Patch and
Patch and
those guys,
Subban, and
Yeah.
Markov, who he
Oh,
told me to fuck off,
yeah.
and we've never had a cohesive D core since. Yeah.
Still
Fun times.
well,
he's
yeah. I
still
think
salty about Markov.
I'm still salty about Andrei Markov. Yes, that is one hill I will forever
Wasn't he
die
like
on.
fucking 40?
He was
He can't have been that
37
old.
by the time. I think it was 37 by the time they didn't sign him. The sticking point was they were gonna give him a year, but he wanted 2, and they were like, "Oh well, no, not 2."
Ben, I just remember-
Same fucking reason they lost out on Corey Perry this year too, to get fucking Cedric goddamn Paquette in his place or whatever.
Yeah. City
That's
Paquette, Stanley
one thing I
Cup
won't
champ.
miss. There's a lot of Marc Bergevin did a fair few things right, but there's a lot of things I will not miss that he did wrong.
I'm going to
Like,
back you
there's
up.
so many.
Benny, I'm going to back you up. I remember watching the Canadians, and they would always get into the playoffs. And I remember you just saying, Markov doesn't have much of a knee left, but he still got it. And whenever you would say that, the Habs would be doing well. And I remember watching them in the playoffs and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna back you up and say
He was a good. He was like one of my favorite childhood like players. So there's definitely a bias there.
okay.
It helps that Subban was Subban there as well.
That's also true.
As opposed to what he is now, which an overpaid guy.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, all right. So we just talked a little bit about the Canadians, but before that, we were talking about Matt Murray being on waivers. There's another player on waivers, big name, fairly big name, and a pretty big contract as well. Evander Kane is being placed on waivers. Evander Kane, who hasn't played yet because he's serving his 21-game ban. And I think
didn't that just wrap up?
I think that's about to wrap up, and that's
yeah.
why he's on waivers, because they're like, we don't want him to play with us. And I don't blame them, because they seem to have a decent thing going on there. And, from what we heard before, it sounds like he might be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Was that banned for that was for when he falsified his vaccination record, right?
His corona card, yeah.
There was
He had a
that.
fake vax card, yeah.
Wasn't there something else too? I feel like
Somebody else just did that.
There was a lot of allegations.
the-
but,
Oh
like,
yeah,
football
no,
just did
but
that.
the 21-game suspension was purely the COVID card.
There was a guy in football that just did that.
Falsification.
Really?
Is there?
Yeah,
I know Aaron Rodgers was kind of something along.
Well,
Hey,
wasn't a
Aaron.
fake
yeah,
card.
he vaguely said in an interview that he was.
Here's the thing.
Oh,
I don't think he lied. I think he said
No, he didn't.
he said
he
he was
didn't-
immunized because he had it,
Yes.
but he doesn't
Yeah,
have the
That's what he
vaccine.
said.
yeah,
He didn't say. They asked him if he was vaccinated. He said, "I've been immunized."
yeah.
He's a fucking.
Didn't
he
say
could,
anything
could
else
be a
from there.
goddamn
Yeah.
lawyer.
It was Antonio
Yeah.
Brown.
For real,
Antonio
yeah.
Brown, wide receiver for the Buccaneers last week, I believe.
AB.
It came out that he falsified his vaccination record as well.
Oh, god
Well,
damn
anyway.
it! He's been
Evander
so
Kane.
good too.
He was pretty good this year so far.
Yeah,
but
he
anyway,
was
back to
Brady's
Evander
biggest
Kane.
target.
So that makes the Sharks go into a potential scenario, just like the Senators, of having a multi-million-dollar forward in their AHL team, playing down there, making $7 million.
It's 7
Is it
point
that much?
something, I believe. I don't know.
The
exactly.
other
I got
$7
cat
million.
friendly. I got cat friendly.
And he's just going to play in the AHL when he plays.
The other wrinkle with him is he got a new agent today by the name of Dan Milstein, who is a pretty I can't tell you off the top of my head like who his other clients are, but I know he's a known guy around the league. Like I've heard that name before in terms of player agents.
I have a hard time believing that Evander Kane's not going to clear waivers.
Sure, but what the story was is that he got a new agent and they're trying to facilitate a trade,
No, here he is.
whether that be through salary retained with San Jose, whatever. But also, it's probably going to be hard because he does not exactly have the best reputation right now.
So
$7 million.
I just want to offer my 2 cents here. This is really interesting because there's a player like Evander Kane on waivers, and the Islanders can't score goals at all. And Evander Kane can score goals, but here's the thing:
He doesn't strike me as
Barry
a
Trotz is not
or
gonna,
a Barry Trotz
no,
move.
and that's why for a second I was like, and then I'm like, yeah, no.
Also,
So, I don't know where he's gonna go.
Also, New York teams, you have to be vaccinated to play. So I don't know if he's actually gotten it, but if he hasn't, then you'd get in there and he'd be like, oh yeah, I can't play.
Evander Kane on waivers for the second time this week.
I don't.
No.
Oh, that'd be some funny shit.
He's just one of those headache players in the league that, like,
He seems like it, eh?
I'm trying to think of other sports players like Trevor Bauer for baseball. You know that he's good. He consistently shows that he can play. He is an athlete and he can play the game, but he just causes so much off the field drama or off the ice drama that, like,
didn't he like assault a woman?
Well,
once
yes,
Probably.
that was the big thing about Trevor Bauer this year. But prior to that, he's been an asshole, and his whole career he's been a dick. Like, that's just something.
I'd be more concerned about the assaulting a woman part.
Yeah, I'm leaving that out. I'm thinking aside from that, I'm no reason to leave that out. I'm just saying that his career prior to signing with the Dodgers he was just a headache player, and then this shit came out. But anyway, it's a similar thing. Like, what team wants to pick that mess up? It's like Antonio Brown for football too. Like,
you have to be really good.
You gotta weigh the pros and cons.
Like, I'm sure a team will give him another shot somewhere, but
if Connor McDavid got like a picture caught of him doing coke off like a hooker in Vegas or something,
hooker's penis,
he'd still have a job. But like, yeah, that's the other side of it is.
Yeah.
But
well, Jesus, look at Austin Matthews and the shit from whatever summer that was.
That's still the wildest thing that
nothing happened.
Fucking, he never even mentioned it to his manager. That is the wildest thing.
Nothing happened.
And
Fucking
there was
Austin
a point
Matthews.
made by on the Steve Dangle podcast, like, if had Lou been in that spot, there's no way you don't tell your general man. Like, I definitely was a thing. Like, yeah, you could probably get it past Kyle Dubas, but
yeah,
if Lou Lamoriello, imagine
he would have freaked out.
And imagine if you didn't tell him, and then Lou found out that you didn't tell him. Oh, you'd be in for a real bad day.
Doesn't matter who the fuck you are, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Do you guys think anybody picks up Kane? That was my question. That was going to be my question for this.
So I already answered. I got nothing.
It doesn't make sense. For any team, I was like, I mean, the Sabres kind of need people, but like, he's already been there, and they like the Sabres.
Yeah.
The Sabres honestly have a good thing going. Like, I don't think team morale is bad right now.
My
you bring
guess is
somebody like that in,
February.
it could get bad.
My guess is February. You would see him moving somewhere if he moves,
Like in a trade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because neither. You
I could see the deadline.
Valuable of a player on an AHL team. Like, financially for a team, you can't have somebody who's making a significant chunk of your cap not playing for your prime team.
That is a big chunk of cap.
We're about to find out if you can.
We are, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. The Senators will do it.
Would the Sens take him off waivers?
No. The Senators are going to keep Matt Murray down in there.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
But
I wanted, because he had such a good year last year, and then now shit's just gone downhill so quick. And I feel bad, but like, a lot of it's his own fucking fault. So you gotta sit in the shit that you did. I don't think that's the same.
He's got that whole bankruptcy thing, along with the COVID bullshit.
Bankruptcy, Corona
he's
stuff.
Got the bankruptcy stuff dealing with.
Stuff with his wife.
I hope he just figures out him.
Yeah,
he needs to.
Yeah,
I guess play hockey too.
He's a life coach.
Yeah, he needs to figure out him, and I hope he can.
Yep. Let's move on here. And I added a picture in because I didn't know if everybody had seen this jersey. But I
wish I hadn't.
New Jersey's third jersey.
Did you just say I wish I hadn't?
Yeah.
And go.
I don't. Well, it's a jersey. It's very well designed.
It is a jersey.
It says everything. It is a jersey.
Labeled and everything.
It's so bad.
Okay, I'm gonna say
Why?
this. I'm gonna say this right now. And do you guys know Nasher, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Nasher tweeted something, and I think everyone agrees with it. It's just the tweet I saw. I'm sure it's been tweeted. All the cool, when you scroll through Instagram, all the people designing these cool jerseys in their spare time.
I saw like 10 to 15 far better ones.
Just literally commission those and do like a fan vote or something. I don't even care. Just do it differently.
Yeah,
than
like
it's
think about
being done.
like because they'd have to pay for it, but like how much
compensate the fan properly?
You're giving an artist. Yeah, you're giving an artist money.
Yeah,
like,
and how much did they give to fucking Brodeur to come in and shit on a jersey and be like, here.
What about former NHL goalie Martin Brodeur means yes, fashion designer?
It means nothing, but I can see what they were trying for, and I could have told them it was a bad fucking idea.
Yeah.
They're like trying to make everything mean something, and it's
and then just didn't do it in any like good way. Like all these stripes mean like counties in New Jersey or whatever the fuck that press release thing said.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Remember when the Islanders had that jersey at Barclays, the black jersey with the 4 stripes on each arm?
Good.
Like, again, it's not like it's one of those jerseys. It's not even like it's a plain black jersey with the logo, and like it's not bad in the sense where it like looks weird on the ice. Like, okay, you match. You tried for a jersey. It's just nothing. It's boring. They were like,
that was like the most baseline jersey ever. Yeah, exactly. It was just like
it looks like an NFL ref.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, no, but it's like Detroit's reverse retro. Like, what? But like it reminds me of that because the Islanders. It was like, oh, we have 4 stripes because of the 4 Stanley Cups that they won the dynasty. It's like you could have 3 stripes and it would still look like shit. Like what? It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like that's just there's no creativity in that. I don't get it.
But also, just jersey.
Yeah, and the jersey, like it's but you almost understand because it's called Jersey. Like like nobody from there calls it New Jersey. They're like, from Jersey.
Yeah,
but nobody other than the New York Rangers should do word mark jerseys. Nobody. Stop it.
Pittsburgh's
is okay.
Carolina
when they do it.
Oh, I kind of like Carolina's, the Canes.
I like the Whites. I think they look good.
But like all of the ones that are like you've seen it a bunch. I know the Winnipeg Jets did it with a blue one too that I hated. And I know Calgary had one a few years back where it was like a thick black color and then Calgary Flames and then also the primary logo under the
I didn't like
Calgary
that.
Flames.
That's a bad jersey.
Like every time any team tries like something along this line, it's never good.
What about Bolts? I like the Bolts jerseys.
Yeah,
those were actually
the diagonal across the chest sometimes work better.
Then it's definitely like the cursive like script writing across the chest.
That's a better way
to
put it. Yeah, like the cursive script logos are always so bad.
It's quite bad.
And it's just stop. Stop.
Basically, the Coyotes were like, "Hey, Kachina jerseys," and then it just went downhill from there.
Those are sick though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like we started, it was like, oh my god, like this is great.
Up top,
jersey,
fair.
And then it just.
The Rangers need to bring back the Statue of Liberty jersey, and then we'll be good.
They kind of did.
Well, with the reverse retros, but you mean like Nick? Do you mean like their primary jerseys? Yeah.
Okay.
They were pretty sick.
I just want to say, because I was listening to the Steve Dangle podcast, and they were talking mad shit about black jerseys. I like black jerseys, but they have to be done right, the same as any other goddamn color.
Yeah. And
this one was not done right.
Everybody and their mother decided, like, yes, we need a black jersey at some point over like the last 5 to 10 years.
But
every team has kind of cycled through that, and it's usually not good.
In the jersey, like graphics design and creative department, thought that this would be a good idea, though. Like, it had to have gone through multiple.
It was Martin Brodeur.
I get that, but it had to have gone through many people to review this, right? How did none of them say this looks fucking stupid? You look like an NFL ref. You're like a fucking zebra.
It looks like the jersey you buy at like fucking
Play It Again.
Walmart or like that's like the way lower quality fabric and isn't even the normal team logo. It's just some other logo.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's like, yeah, that's a jersey. Yep. Or like if you're in Canada, like the ones you get at Canadian Tire where it's the logo, but the jersey template's nowhere near. Like my grandpa had one where it was just solid red with like a blue armband down, and the Habs logo. Looks like one of those things. Like
Dude, we should go on a road trip to Canadian Tire.
Hell yeah.
I'd be
I
down.
love
Get
Canadian.
everything you need there.
Dude, I went.
Sodas.
Okay, I'm
Players?
gonna tell a story towards the end because you just reminded me of it. But I want to go down the line here, starting with Nick. We're gonna go Nick, Eric, Ben. What's your least favorite part about this jersey, Nick? He's got
hold on.
he's got to look at it.
Let me pull it up one more time. I was just looking at it.
I'll look at it too.
It's the fucking stripes, dude.
Yep.
I don't.
Same.
What
too
bothers
fucking
me
many.
the most about it is the arm cuff stripes and the shoulder cap stripes. I think the shoulders are worse for me. I don't like the shoulder stripes.
One of my favorite tweets was that just somebody took it was I think 2018 Winter Classic Chicago jersey and put it next to it. It's the same jersey.
Same jersey.
Same jersey. There's just no bottom stripes.
Yep.
And Adidas did that one too, right?
Yeah.
Ben
It's real bad.
or Eric? What's
My
your
least Eric, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be honest right now. So the Devils, right? You know, they have like the green and red.
Yeah.
Like,
Hell yeah.
dude, think
How
about
can
that. Your
you
colors.
lean on the
Hold on.
green for the
But like, that's what I mean. Like your color scheme for this, dude, you have black, white, green, and red. Go crazy. Do something cool.
Make it look like
I
fucking
would love to
Christmas.
see
Let's
Christmas
go.
jersey. I love
Like,
the Christmas jersey.
Well, but
The
honestly,
reverse
or
retro
like,
last year was great.
Yeah.
or like, yeah.
Maybe
yeah,
that's
like, just,
why they were like, well, we already have a green jersey, so.
like do something like that. I would love to see more like colors incorporated again, like a black jersey, but like do something with like colors with it. Make
Yeah,
it
like-
look
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Like make the colors are accents. Make it like pop, like in a cool way.
Make
you
them
know?
bigger accents.
Yeah. So,
What
that's all I
if
have to say.
the white stripes had been red? How does
I
that-
mean, it's still not
Too
very
many
good
stripes
jersey.
still, and
I think
honestly,
there's too many stripes.
there'd be a lack of contrast, I think, there. And it'd get kind of lost.
But Ben, well, what's your least? You're the jersey connoisseur.
My least favorite part
Yeah.
is the fact
All
that
of
it
it.
was made at all.
Well,
Okay.
that's okay.
It's
All right,
real
then.
bad. I don't like it at all. It's
His
very
real least favorite part is that they have a jersey tie, but it doesn't actually tie anything.
bad. Actually, yes, I'll use that. Yep, it's the jersey ties on the Adidas jerseys are the dumbest fucking thing.
Yeah.
Because at least on the Reebok ones, you could like it wasn't a lot, but you could still kind of pull together two little bits. Like there was still a function. On these fucking jerseys, on the Adidas jerseys, they don't do anything. They're literally just dangling there for no reason. They're just slapped on the front. Like it would literally be if I just took and slapped it like right here on this jersey. Just for
You should do it.
just for shits.
Yeah,
Anyway,
and that
yeah,
shows
sure, yeah,
how well
jersey
I
tie.
know my old friend Benny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got that right. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. What do we got next? Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna tell my story. Okay, so I was back when I was a wee lad. I played some minor hockey, and one year, everybody on the team that I was on, like the parents and whatever, were like, "Let's go do a hockey camp in Canada." That sounds fucking cool. Except that we went to Quebec. So we roll in there. No, I'm not saying anything bad about Quebec, but we roll in there and we get on the
There's
ice, and these
Particular
fuckers
brashness.
start spewing shit in French, and they don't translate in English. So,
Oh, no.
whatever I do, I can't be at the front of the line for the drill because I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna have to get in the back and watch, and then
Yeah.
I'll learn. Which luckily I was able to do, but it was just
Did you go with more people, or was it just you?
no, it was like me and like Joey Brown was there. Like I think the Powers kid, Brandon Powers, maybe. There was a bunch of people from FA.
There was a group of you
Or from
guys
the
that were in
Malone
the same
area.
boat.
Yeah. There was but it was quite a thing. And then I forget I was missing a mouth guard maybe. Like my mouth guard was old and needed a new one, and so we ran to Canadian Tire. Grabbed one. So that was exciting.
It's a great store.
It's
I
got
haven't
a lot of shit.
been in
Yeah.
one in a while, but it's a fun store. I've always liked
Yeah.
it. That's where I always got all my old street hockey goalie gear. They had like
Nice.
fucking CCM kits of like special
Ooh.
street hockey pads that were like better, more resistant to asphalt than normal pads. Yeah, fun times.
Yeah.
Fun times.
But yeah, that's my.
I would
That's
go
my-
there and
that's
get
my story.
coffee crisp.
This guy and his
Coffee
fucking
crisp.
coffee. You can get those at Le Couche
I was gonna
Tard.
say I do like coffee crisp, but yeah, literally go to any convenience store. Why would you go to specifically Canadian Tire? What the fuck?
Well, he was
I want
also
them in
gonna.
bulk.
He's also gonna get some maple syrup as well.
No,
Like,
he more
it
so like
sounded
he
like
also
when you
needed
started that
a
story-
table saw or something.
When you started that story, it sounded like you were the only one.
Oh
that
yeah,
was there
no,
that was of English.
no. There was a bunch of us, but
Which would have made that story so much worse because had you been the only person there that spoke English,
it would have been really bad. It was already bad enough because it's just so like, you're like, well, shit, dude, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And they were doing like the drills were, I mean, they were I wouldn't say simple, but they were a little more complex, I think, than we really did, on a daily basis. So yeah, it was cool though. It was
Sounds
cool
like a time.
experience. Cool experience. But listen, we're gonna talk about a little non-hockey action here because I started paying attention to the Rays, and they made a big signing last week.
Oh yeah, real big. Yeah.
Rookie Wander Franco, who during the regular season last year went on a 43 game on base streak, tied for most by a player under 20 or under, I should say. 43 games. It's pretty good. And he signed a 12-year, $223 million contract
It's a lot of
to
money.
stay with the Rays. I didn't even do the math to see like what that is per year. I know it's a lot.
12-year contract. That's a really fucking long
It's
contract.
a long contract. Yeah, there's
a
no
lot of
rules. There's no limits over in the.
What was the total money?
There might be.
223.
Yeah, that's such a huge contract. Like compare that to like NHL contracts. It's like Jesus.
yeah.
Roughly 18.5 mil a year.
All right. there we
So
go.
you got to put it all into comparison too. Like I think we've talked about this. Baseball, you play 162 games a season.
Yeah,
I think something like that. NHLs, you play what 80.
82.
82.
Football, you play 16 weeks.
Yeah,
Like they're out. You're in what position? Did you say he was? A field- is he
he's a shortstop.
okay. So he's a fielder. So he's playing. Out of the 162, he's probably playing 150 of them.
Yeah, he's playing a lot of them.
So he's playing the majority of the games. Like, yeah, I get it though. Yeah, ton of money. I'm not discounting that at all.
Yeah, when I was watching, that was one of my favorite guys to watch because he's always doing something. He was always getting a hit, getting on base, doing some. You know who else is fucking cool? And I think he got Rookie of the Year, Randy Arozarena. That dude was a base stealing machine. It was quite a thing to watch. He stole home in the playoffs before they fucking lost.
Wow,
It was quite cool.
I haven't seen that in quite a while. Yeah.
But that's
you guys
it,
shit on baseball. You guys can go fuck yourselves.
huh? Yes, we did.
Already?
We
You guys
did
used to
use
shit
it.
on baseball.
Yeah, because I didn't understand it, man. I understand it now. It's a little more nuanced than I thought.
It's fine. Oh.
It was me. I was the culprit for shitting on
I know,
baseball.
Nick, I literally found myself a few years back watching playoff baseball highlights like religiously. Like, oh man, it's so entertaining. During the regular season, I just never
gets
find the time
boring.
to watch
It's
it.
long. It's just like
It's just
I
like-
find an 82 game season long.
I was
I
gonna
can't
say, it's like
imagine-
hockey. It's like watching hockey in January or February. Like
Yeah.
just kind of like, oh Jesus Christ.
Another
Come on.
game. Another game.
Yeah, I was there in October this year.
Yeah, Ben was there on October 12th, or October 13th, whatever the fuck, whenever they started. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm excited because he's young and he's fucking good. So
Cool.
All right, I only have one more thing on the docket here, and it's just talking about fantasy. So we can do that, or if you guys want, we can talk about something else.
I don't know if I have anything else. And also, I have fallen in fantasy. It's not great.
Yeah,
I've
Ben's
taken
back.
a bit of a skid as well.
I don't think it's that we're taking a skid. I think it's that Danielle's is just keeps getting the most points every night. Her team's just too good. Ovechkin and McDavid and whoever else.
Yeah, I had to make some moves this week. I picked up David Perron went down, so I picked up Tom Wilson. I was gonna pick up. I don't know how to say his last name. He plays for the Flames.
Mangiapane.
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 I already
It's a
have
good
2
Italian
Flames
boy.
on my roster. I'm not gonna pick up a third fucking Flame and have their first line. Like,
That is a recipe for disaster.
No, what do you mean?
but he's got so many goals. He's got so many goals this season that I'm like, oh, I want to pick him up.
Maybe swap him. Who else do you have?
Lindholm and Kachuk.
Wait, nobody has Mangiapane right now?
No.
Wait, yeah.
Okay,
you guys
well,
don't-
Ben's
what?
about to. I don't watch that
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of shit, and I don't pay attention to the league that closely as a whole.
I just
Like
kind of
the
assumed somebody had him.
like the
already.
Flames, I'm like, oh, they're good. That's cool. But like, yeah, I don't really find myself. I look.
Lindholm's their highest points guy in the season because
Yeah.
he's just spreading his goals and assists out. Like,
So
That's what I
maybe
expected
Kachuk.
Well, then I'd pick him up, but
Ben
okay.
just picked him up, but yeah,
I usually don't play them together. Like, if
like in the same.
I've got a
night.
guy in my bench that's also playing, I'll bench like Kachuk because he's inferior, in my opinion.
Inferior. The inferior player. Well, I
I'm
guess
just
he
struggling.
is.
I have 3 guys on IR, I think.
Damn, dude, you're gonna have to
2
drop
or 3
one of those
guys on IR. I know I got 2. And I'm waiting for line. Like, we talked about this last week. I'm waiting for Line A
You're
to come
really waiting
back.
for
I don't want
Line
to
A.
drop him because he's still a stud when he plays good.
Matthews has a goal.
And I got Darnell Nurse too. Like, I don't want to drop him because there's no other decent defenseman out there right now.
Yeah, they're all kind of taken.
Okay.
I would like to throw out a little honorable mention. Tony DeAngelo was bought out after what was it was like half a goddamn season after his
Yeah.
contract he signed. Was bought out for being a shithead. Gets signed by Carolina. Is now one of the top 5 scoring defensemen in the league, and appears to be getting along with his team. So
Yeah.
seems
I
to be
mean,
okay.
See, it's really easy when Carolina's doing as well as they are.
But yeah, but he's their top
Yeah.
scoring
Yeah.
defenseman.
Yeah, no,
So
I'm
he's
saying,
part of
like,
it.
It's a lot easier to get along when you're on a.
When
So
you're winning.
remember
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
year when D'Angelo got bought out, the kid from the Canucks was also dealing with his shit up there too.
Vertanen. Jake Vertanen.
Did he ever? Yeah.
Oh,
Did he ever
he's-
get picked
yeah,
up by anybody?
He's out.
No, I think he's in the KHL.
Really?
I want to say.
I think
Jake
he
Virtanen?
did. He's not over here. Also, top 5 scoring defenseman currently. I believe Adam Fox is first.
So good.
Tony DeAngelo is third, and Victor Hedman is 5th, and I have them all. So suck my balls.
Guess
Too
what?
bad the
That
defensemen
insult
don't give
doesn't
you
work on
as
me.
many
Suck
goals
my
as
balls,
forwards,
Eric.
dipshit.
Yeah, Jake Virtanen is now playing with HC Spartak Moscow.
Aha.
Ooh, Spartak.
Yes.
So those defensemen probably have like 7 goals apiece. Okay. You got forwards with like fucking 15, so they're scoring. It's okay, Mike. It's okay. I'll give it to you. So is that the only 3 defensemen that you're running right now? Or
No, I have Neil Pionk as my 4th, and he's doing okay. Listen, you know who else deserves an honorable mention? My boy Stammer. My boy Stammer has
great.
been having
He's
a
great.
year.
Mhm.
He's
Stammer train.
resurrected.
Choo-choo.
Resurrected. He's got like 11 goals, 12 goals, a bunch of assists.
And I own him, bitch.
Yeah, I know. The one year I don't draft him and he fucking comes out the gate hot.
I remember
Shit.
you like in the draft. You were like, "Oh yeah, Sammer, I love him," but like
He was
past his time.
all indication showed that was
no,
it.
yeah, you're not wrong. Like the other wild fucking shit is Alex Ovechkin's pace right now.
Yeah,
I was about to
it's
bring
pretty
that
nutty.
up. Oh man.
Just, and I love to see it. Love to see
that's
it.
why
I
Danielle's
want him to
so
catch
far ahead.
Gretzky so bad, and
Obi's
he's
a
looking
beauty.
all right this year.
He's looking like he may
He's only
do it.
3 points behind lead in points. He's ahead of Connor McDavid now for
He's-
points with 37.
Yeah.
His
And
scoring
he's-
hasn't even been the thing either. It's everything else.
Yeah, and he's only one behind Leon Draisaitl for leading goals. He has 19. Leon Draisaitl has 20.
Wow. He's 19.
So
Yeah, he scored tonight, I think.
Unreal.
fucking Alex Ovechkin, everybody.
Yeah, he's here.
What a guy.
He is still here.
Guys,
Applause in a round.
I love when
In a
Crosby
round
has
of
a slow
applause.
start. I love when Crosby has a slow start and Ovechkin is just going off. That makes me so. I love
Really?
it so much.
Okay.
I'm not. I just Pittsburgh and the Islanders. Crosby's always dismantled the Islanders. No, I hope Crosby finds his game back. I don't want to say. I know he had COVID and all that stuff. But well, actually, you know what? Right now, no, the Islanders need a playoff spot. So yeah, fuck Crosby. No, I don't want
Yeah,
to get his game back.
Fuck him, dude. Fuck him.
Yeah, but also stay healthy, Sid.
No, fuck him.
I don't want to see him get hurt.
No, I don't either. I never want to see
But yeah.
people get hurt. Like I always want, like, you know, I always
But
want
the
to be
fact-
the best teams out there.
The fact that Ovi is going off and Sid's having a little bit slow of a start, I love that. Love that for Ovi.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Because they are the two from like this
Yes.
generation that's kind of on its way out right now. They are like they were the two.
Yes.
Yeah, it's weird to think about because that was like the guys that started our like
Yeah.
start with
Yeah.
hockey. Like that's been our era of hockey, and they're both kind of
Yeah, I still remember Sid
Wrap
the
it
Kid,
up.
dude.
The kid.
makes me feel old, man.
Sid the Kid's an old bastard now.
Old bastard.
Yeah. Old bastard bud. All right, I think that's all I've got. Does anybody
it,
have
yeah.
any fun anecdotes or anything like that? It's gonna be another short episode, but we packed a lot in, you know.
We did. It's almost like we're getting better at our jobs or something.
Almost.
This is a job?
Yeah, man.
Well,
I watched my
Yeah.
cousin's
I don't
high
know.
school playoff football game on Saturday.
Hey,
Oh.
He
good luck to them.
unfortunately lost.
is it FA? Does he play for FA?
He does not. He plays for East Rochester Gananda.
Okay, good.
Oh,
Wait, you said
Fuck
you
that team.
watched it this Saturday?
Yeah, it was live streaming.
Oh, I thought you said. Oh, and they lost.
Oh, huh? They got
Yeah, so it was a playoff football game. They ended up losing. You should have seen the big boy, these high school kids on the other team,
I'm
their
sure.
offensive line. Oh my God, these kids were massive. Like, holy shit.
like what do they
Yeah.
feed him there? Wherever they're
Yeah, I
from.
don't know, man. But he caught a pretty nice TD in the end zone. It was
Ooh,
it was
nice.
nice. He
He's
went
a
up.
was he a wide receiver?
Yeah,
Nice. That's pretty cool.
yeah, that was pretty cool. That's why part of the reason I didn't go at Plattsburgh.
Ah, I see.
makes sense.
Yeah.
He didn't miss.
We had a big-
we had a
The
fun
big
night, but
family watch party.
ours were kind of lame.
Yeah, the friggin' everybody was using the pool tables, and
That pissed me off.
you know how there's the little quarter slots to like reserve a game. They
We
fucking
show
were
up, they're
filling
spread
them
across
up,
the whole thing.
and then they would take the
We were-
quarters out, play them, and then fill the fucking slots back up to
yeah,
play
we were
again.
there for a while, and then they literally they had emptied most of it, and we're just like, just fill it up again. And I'm like,
You fucking dicks.
That's not etiquette. Did you guys?
no,
Was this at Ridley's or
this is
Hobie's?
Monopole.
Monopole,
Monopole is
yeah.
the only place around that actually has pool tables out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody else does.
But it was okay. It was okay.
Should have just went to play
It's a lot of fun
darts.
night, though. We did.
We did play some
But
darts.
then Connor didn't want to play any because he was like, "Oh, I'm real bad," and I'm like, "It's just
We don't
bar
care.
darts. It's bar darts. Like what?
Yeah, dude, I was crap at bar darts when I first started playing with you guys. It was so much fun. Though. You know what the hardest part about that was pulling the darts out of the freaking board.
All
safety
of the
darts,
dartboards
yeah.
at the bars in Plattsburgh, New York, are a little rough.
Yeah. But I think that's where we're going to end it off today. We hope you enjoyed. We hope you had a fun Thanksgiving. Even though the food sucks, apparently.
Stand by what I said.
We got another holiday coming up for Christmas, and I hope
We
Ben
do.
eats turkey on Christmas.
Yeah, I hope you get a big ol'. I'm going to get you a big old turkey. That's what I'm going to get you.
Oh,
right on your pillow. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Hopefully we got some fun stuff to talk about. Hopefully the Isles can get her going. And the Sens and the Habs.
Hopefully the Sens can get a win.
Yes, that would be nice. And the Habs, hopefully the Habs can do some cool stuff with some new management.
General manager.
Yep.
Let's go.
And the Lightning can keep her going.
Yeah.
And heal their fucking stars because they need it.
Yeah, they do.
Well, actually, I don't really know if they do, but I would like them to.
It would probably help.
But we'll see you guys next week.